Hi, welcome to Bald Guys Talking Football, Week 13. Dave, how you doing today? We got my color commentator, Dave Kochanowski. What you up to, bud?
Doing good. Nice little short day at work today. Started at 8:30 a.m. and worked till about 10 o'clock. So a little tired, but fun nonetheless. Made a lot of money, so that always helps.
Well, our guest tonight is actually the person sitting just to the right of me.
Hello.
The least bald person on the podcast ever.
My beautiful wife, Laura.
Hello.
You excited to be on?
Oh, sure. It's about an hour and a half past my bedtime, but sounds like a plan.
No work tomorrow.
As always.
I don't. That's true.
As always, we start the show with the beer of the week. Dave, what do you got for us today?
I got more motor oil. So some nice bald guy got me this. Asmodeus barrel-aged milk stout. It's actually really mellow. But the last time I had it, it was very barrel-aged. This one's pretty mellowed out.
You held on to that for a while because I got you that a while ago.
Yeah, I mean, maybe 6 to 8 months. But I sit on a lot of the barrel-aged stuff. So it's like it kind of sits for a little bit and it's better. So, but this was actually kind of nice. I like it better than the last time I had it. It's really good. So barrel-aged milk stout from Metal Monkey, Asmodeus. Very good.
Nice.
Laura?
Well, mine also aged pretty well, actually, surprisingly. We went up to New Glarus over the summer. I actually wasn't a crazy big fan of this one. This is the strawberry rhubarb. I wasn't a crazy big fan when we got it at the beginning of August, but I actually feel like it tastes better this time than it did last time. I wasn't as thrilled about their beers as I was about their ambiance and their location. So I'm actually pleasantly surprised that I'm enjoying this more this time than I did when I tried it back in August. So I guess that's a win. So New Glarus, strawberry rhubarb.
And I am rocking the Juice God Hazy IPA from 1090 Brewery. It's located right by us, up by Apt. It's Glenview, Illinois. So cheers. We got nobody to cheers to, so some douchebag in Washington, D.C. had to win it.
I was like, I'm not choosing to PJ. Sorry, Peach. Love you. Not choosing you.
Well, we can cheers to Laura's last season.
Allegedly. No, it really is. Thank you. Thank you. It's been a fun run. Been a good time.
And we'll cheers to Sean winning and Ken losing last week to make this thing interesting.
Crazy.
So that'll bring us right to the 2-minute drill, which we'll do some updates on where everybody stands going into the last week. So
wait, we didn't talk about jerseys.
Jerseys. Go for the
Come
jerseys.
on, Eric's actually wearing one this week, and he's not gonna even bring it up. So
Dave,
whatever.
Dave, you're rocking. I'm assuming that's
You're never gonna get it.
Is it Hearns?
No, old school. This is Jay Novacek.
Novacek. Wow.
Novacek.
I almost said that too, and then I didn't. So
Jay Novacek.
Well, you're wearing a tight end. She's wearing a tight end.
well, dick action going on here. So
Nice. Former Dallas Cowboys tight end.
wow.
I've got a Niz jersey. This thing's seen better days.
Yeah. I
But
couldn't find my Mrs. Niz. I should have worn that too.
this jersey was given to me it was our first
We
Christmas.
wore it for our wedding.
Yeah, it was our first Christmas though. You bought this for me.
It wasn't our first Christmas. Oh, maybe it was.
It was
Yeah,
our
I think
first
you're
Christmas.
right.
So this thing's like
17
years old. Yeah. So it's my favorite thing that she's ever like. When I open up Christmas presents, there's no reaction whatsoever. I'm like, oh, thank you, that's really awesome. When I opened up this, I literally wept. I think I reacted more to this than my kids being born. So
Pretty much.
But okay, now we can go to the 2-minute
There you
drill.
go. Okay.
We'll talk about updates on where the teams stand. PJ, no movement last week. He's still in first place. He ended up winning, so he's at 11-1. No matter what, he's got that bye locked in. I'm sitting at 9-3. I won. I'm still at jeopardy. If Dave wins, who's sitting in third place, he's at 8-4. If he wins and I lose, we flip-flop and I lose that bye. Ken sitting in 4th place. Ken again. He even though he's in 4th place, he's still at jeopardy to lose this because he's sitting at 6-6, tied with Sean, but he's got the tiebreaker because he's got more points.
So 6-6 gets you either 4th place or 7th place right now.
Right, I know. That's because Dom and Brad. If they're still at jeopardy too, because if Dom's got it locked.
Not necessarily.
No, Dom does not have it locked.
Oh, that's true.
Because if Sean and Ken both win this week, both of them have more points than Dom. So Dom loses, Dom gets knocked out. Well, it depends on Brad too, though. So I don't know.
The points
it's
total,
all crazy.
it's somewhat close. So if Dom had a huge week, but ever since Ken changed his name,
I know Maddie
he has not won, and he did not change it again this week.
Yeah, I told I sent Maddie a message. I'm like, you should send something out saying feeling bad for Maddie because ever since he's on a 3-game skid right now. So, and then Sean's sitting at 6-6 at 7th place, behind Ken because of the tiebreaker there. Yep. It's going to be an interesting week, guys. We got some fun matchups to talk about. I'm sure Maddie and Memo and anybody who might have been listening to this that's pretty much virtually out except for maybe her because she's sitting right here is not listening to this podcast, but that's okay. It's PJ, Ken, Dom, Brad, maybe Scotty, but
I still would have listened even if I wasn't because you make me. But that's
I make you.
Yeah, it was my ride to work, but I don't have to work for the rest of the week, so maybe I wouldn't have.
So how do you see this playing out, Dave?
I don't know. All I hope is that my second team beats you, changes their name, fucking sick of the NWO, and I win, and I get the bye, and I don't care what happens after that because you'll be knocked out in the first round, and then I'll play whoever makes it there.
How do you think this ends up?
Well, if I can't be in there, I want to be the spoiler. So I really want to beat Ken this week and just really mess things up in my division. And I know that means you're going to lose, but that means Dave needs to win. I want you to
Well, no, if Dave loses too.
Right.
No. Dave doesn't need to lose too.
You would have to lose. I want you to have bye clearly because, but I want to mess things up. I want Ken to lose. Sean would have to lose to them. So that actually would work out then. If they both lose, no, because then Ken's automatically in. I don't know. I want
Sean in. It'll make it interesting. Can you imagine if all the talk about Ken and he doesn't make it?
That would be, yeah.
And he's got all the tiebreakers.
Yeah, to me, my mind's blown. There's two storylines really at the end of the season that's really fascinated me. One you already mentioned, it's Dave's team too. Every single person that you traded over to him is just killing it right now. And those guys where you thought you won that trade, Fournette showed up last week, but Fournette, who was your receiver you got? The Cowboy guy.
Amari Cooper had a good game for me, and then he's sucked the last 2 weeks. They haven't put it all together, but Cooper had a good first game for me, and then bad 2 weeks. And then Jesus, I always forget his name. The running back for Ravens. Ingram. Sorry. He's had 2 good weeks for me. And then you have Fournette has 1 good week. So it's been up and down. It's been enough almost, but yeah, it's so weird. I'm fucking unbelievable on that trade.
But Godwin is just
No. Godwin, the first week I traded him, he was all right. Last week he put up 35 points.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the in-between week, but
he was great.
Yeah. And he's signed and he's a good contract. And Landry has been good. He's finally done what I thought he would do. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's fucking fantasy football. It's amazing.
Well, you had a trade like that too. You were talking Russell Wilson.
So yeah, like I went back and looked because I traded for PJ Russell Wilson for DJ Moore, and I don't think DJ Moore's done a whole lot for him. I think he's used him once or twice.
Last week
he's been okay.
Great.
He's been okay, but I don't even know if PJ's playing him, to be honest. But I went back and looked, and of the weeks I started Russell Wilson, and I think I traded him in like week 6 or 7. Like it was early enough on, but a lot of my losses that have been by less than 10. I either was blown out or I lost by less than 10. And of the ones I lost by less than 10, 3 of the 4, Josh Allen would have won it for me instead of Russell Wilson.
I always said I would play Josh Allen.
Like, I don't understand. And some weeks he's been great. That one week he got me 40 points. Like, he was a stud. But he just hasn't been performing the way I've needed him to. And when you lose by less than 10 on multiple occasions and you could have played Josh Allen, your favorite, Dave, then it's frustrating.
I always said you didn't need anything other than Josh Allen once you had him.
Yeah, that's exactly what you've been saying the whole season. Right. So, but yeah, so I don't know. That's, yeah.
And then the other story.
Eric, what do you want to have happen?
Well, no. So that was one storyline. The other interesting one I thought was obviously Ken just tanking. Like what his team's just. He was PJ, like where PJ's at now, and PJ, like in the beginning of the season, he was doing good, but now he's just such on fire. Where he's consistently like over that. Like you can pencil PJ in for 130 points minimum,
right.
You know. But I think here's the thing that scares me is like this is why I almost like you asked me what I want. I want me to lose, you to lose, and I want Laura to win. So Ken's out of the playoffs.
Yeah. Because
Ken scares me. I think Ken's the only one that can go up against PJ and possibly beat him.
Yeah, I don't know. Sean's looking pretty fucking damn good too.
Well, no, but
he's a little weaker on the backside. Right. I get it.
You know, Ken having CMC, I think he'd be the only team in any fantasy league in the nation that has Christian McCaffrey and would be out of the playoffs at that point.
Well, I'm just looking last week.
We'll go over last week.
Okay. No, I'm just looking to see Sean would have beat him last week. Dave, you would have given him a run for his money last week. Ken would have been close because he had 125, which has been low for him.
Okay.
No, PJ had 125 last week, which is low for PJ. So he had a couple teams that would have been right there last week. I don't know.
Well, it's like I said, it's for him. It's going to come down to he needs matchups and he needs to play the right people. He has Drew Brees, who end of last year, I think I had Brees. If I remember, I think you traded him to me. And when he played away, he sucked. And then he's got freaking Prescott, who's good, but if he plays a good team, he's not good. So he's got challenge there. He's got Cooper Kupp, who is just who knows what you're going to get.
What's going on with the Rams? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's Jared Goff. That's not Cooper Kupp. I don't think. And then he's got Edelman. So I think Edelman, he's fine. He's fine. I'd start him every week.
Yeah.
McCaffrey, I'd start McCaffrey every week. Saquon Barkley, who knows?
Well, that's the biggest thing is getting Saquon off that injury. Saquon hasn't been Saquon since that injury.
Wasn't a win. He's got George Kittle playing with a broken bone in his foot. So, and he looked great, but who knows how that he's going to feel. He just picked up Williams from Indianapolis, so who knows what's going to happen there. You don't.
I actually like that.
I mean, I like it, but who knows? You don't know.
Like, I think Dom had the most money. He should have went for him.
Does Dom or does Darren have more money?
Yeah,
well, Darren's out. And then you have Jamal Williams, who's not, he's got to get a touchdown for you to really play him and get much out of him. You got Keenan Allen, who has been down for most of the year, but he's looking a little better.
Well, he was good in the beginning of the season, and he's been down since then.
No, he had a good week last week or two.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
But again, do you feel comfortable? David Montgomery, no.
Mm-hmm.
Again, and Austin Eckler, who I think he's looked good. but he's still a backup, and you just don't know.
No, he hasn't looked good. Like the
He
last,
put up 16 points the other week.
well, he hasn't done anything in the last 2 weeks, though.
Yeah.
All right. But I'm just saying, he's got a lot of tough decisions, and he can, like you said, he can make it and he can beat PJ, or he's out in the first round.
Right.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Right.
And we thought he was going to cruise.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
So let's move on to the matchups for last week. We had the biggest poop bowl of all time. That was Darren versus Memo. Darren ended up beating Memo. So Memo took the shit. He's now locked into the 12th place team right there. And he lost to him 91.28 to 86.38. Not a bad showing from either of these teams, how bad they've been lately, but
Memo's team actually overperformed where he was supposed to be, according to
And
projections.
he had everybody on his bench was on a bye.
Yeah, it was tough.
Or didn't score points, one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
God, Juju Smith did not score any points against Cincinnati. How bad has that become?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Crazy. That's
and
crazy.
he didn't even start him against Cincinnati. Was he, he was questionable. Was he out?
No, he's been that bad. Like
he was ruled out. He was ruled out. I'm looking at it now. All right, that makes more sense. I'm like, man, but that's bad. Bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nuts.
So next matchup, we had battle of the teams out last week. Scott went up against Laura.
I don't want to talk about it. Let's just skip over that and move on. Thanks.
Laura lost 85.9.
Because Russell Wilson got me freaking 10 points. I don't even know what happened.
Jared Allen
he went out.
20.
I legit thought he was out with an injury for the second half of that game.
Allen would have scored
20
I know, and I would have won if I had freaking Josh Allen in, Dave.
I would have played Josh Allen. He's my
right?
quarterback.
No, whatever. What the heck?
Once you're gone next year, whoever takes over that team, I'm trading for Josh Allen. They don't know the history.
That's it. Well, yeah.
Whatever.
Hey, at least I can make fun of myself.
Next matchup, we had my matchup, Maddie, me versus Maddie.
Another poop ball.
Maddie sucks balls. Yeah.
Wow, hey, you almost put up 100, buddy.
In my defense, if I would have played my guy, like I don't know how.
Peterson?
What?
Peterson, your guy?
No, like so. Matt Ryan. Look at this. Matt Ryan, 8.64 versus Tampa. I just don't know how that happens. He was projected for over 20 points, and he didn't even get half that. So I mean, but still,
yeah,
still got the win.
I still got the win. You know, the biggest key to my team, and we'll talk about this later in Laura's guest topic, but Michael Thomas, man, that guy is just fucking consistent as hell. So
yeah, I almost feel I should have traded you. Almost. I just won't even go there. The trade I made and the trade I didn't make.
Right. Next matchup, we had PJ versus Brad, battle of the confusing names. Let's see, sorry. PJ
was pretty good.
125.76 versus Brad's 88.62. Brad's been better previous weeks. I was sort of surprised he only scored that. Gurley was the biggest thing. I'm a little worried about Gurley. I got him in one of my other fantasy leagues. I know they were going up against Baltimore, but
we talked about this.
What?
You said I was wrong on this. What's your concern about Gurley? Because I said he's not going to get the carries that he needs to be. Now, what's your concern now? You said he was going to be all right.
He's just inefficient with it. I mean, he's getting the carries.
Dude, did you watch that game?
Mm-mm.
No.
They said they just double teamed. The Baltimore looked amazing. First of all, they looked good. They double teamed Donaldson and just destroyed that defense. What happened to the fucking Rams? They put up, what was it, 50, 60 points against the Chiefs last year?
Yeah, I know. I saw DJ Moore. Screw it, whatever.
Hey, what happened to the Rams?
It was.
Their offense was amazing. They put up like 50, 60 points in a game with Kansas City.
Right, Kansas City.
And now they can't do shit.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Has Jared Goff just like taken a dump and turned around and like can't do shit anymore, or what? Is it Goff or is it the whole offense?
No, I think part of it is like their offensive line. It's the same thing with the Bears. The Bears look better because last year the Rams looked better because the offensive line was better last year. You know,
when it definitely comes down to lines,
it really does. You know, you look at some of these teams like why New Orleans and why the Patriots, why like these teams year by year always do well. It's because they invest those draft picks in the offensive and defensive lines. I mean, really, it just makes so much sense,
No, I agree. If you can't beat like the ground and pound areas and dominate and protect your quarterback and protect your running back, you're not going to have offense.
Right.
And if you can't get to the quarterback and sack them and pressure them, then you're not going to stop that offense. So, yeah, 100%. It always comes down to lines and coaching. Cowboys, great talent. I asked the guys at work today that were Bears fans, or the other day, I'm sorry. What would you rather be, me and a fan of the Cowboys and put up with their coach for 10 years who is just fucking horrible, or would you rather be a Bears fan and go through 3 or 4 coaches and be bad? They all said I had it better, but I mean, I've had maybe a couple more playoff appearances in the first round and out, but I fucking hate Jerry Jones. It's like Steinbrenner from the 80s with the fucking Yankees.
Well,
and now
what did he say this week? He was like, he was making comments about Jason Garrett where
he finally admitted that his puppet he's hired sucks, and it's just like you can see that, and it's just so fucking frustrating. Because even if we make the playoffs, if the Cowboys make the playoffs, what do? They're probably done and out because they're going to play a better coach team.
There's just something going into the season with this hope of this is it. Like this is the person who's leading us into the next.
It's bad for you guys this year because it was like we're going to the Super Bowl.
Right. But
not even.
Is it better to go in with this hope of like here it comes, this is it, because this is the guy that's going to do it, or just knowing you've got crud leading you in? Like I don't. I like my hopefulness. Like I like my optimism going into the season with a new leadership versus dealing with the crap that you're dealing with the same.
Yeah, it's the same shit, different year for me.
Exactly.
You get the regression on your guys, it's bad. That regression is super bad. And it's like, now what happens next year? Is it going to be the bad team or the good team? It's probably going to be the bad team.
Next year's our year.
Well, you guys don't even have a first-round pick. You're going to have a great first-round pick for Oakland Raiders.
I know. That's Oakland. Okay, well. All right,
so let's get back.
Sorry.
We haven't even gotten through last week's matchups yet, so.
Ken versus Sean, battle of the last chancers. Dave's team 2. Literally, this is Dave's team 2. Sean survived.
Only 90 points of it.
No. Sean survived a performance from Jared Goff. 6.38 points. 6.38 points out of his quarterback. And he still ended up with the highest point total of the week because he had these 3 players. Godwin, 34.9. Landry, 32.8. And Derrick Henry, 29.0. Dave, what was your trade, by the way?
I didn't need those guys, man. I'm good. I can win. At least he started Devontae Parker this week. He needed to start him. Last week he missed it and fucked up. Not only that, he got 3.1 points from Kellen Balaj. He had to start fucking Kellen Balaj, too.
He's starting 2 Miami Dolphins, and he's still.
Hold on. I also traded him the wide receiver, Brown from Tennessee.
And he got
how much he put up?
22 points on the bench.
22.5.
22 on the bench.
Had he started him instead of Balaj or figured that shit out, he would have scored even more points. I don't know what I can do for him. I don't know anything else. I don't want to play Sean in the playoffs.
Why do you want to shut Ken out of this?
I guess my goal is Ken gets bounced from the playoffs. Sean makes it. You beat Sean, and then I destroy you when you put up 60 points. That's my goal. That's what I hope happens. And then I'll make another Super Bowl, make my 4th out of 6, and probably lose that one.
Losing
And
the championship again. So good
yeah,
job.
I will be.
By
the
the way,
Bills.
we already told us who started that trend with you. Let's just
I don't know.
remind you.
No one.
Who was the first one to knock you out in the championship? Okay, just
Fucking Peyton Manning killed me on that one.
And our final matchup, we had Dave versus Dom. Battle of the drunken drafters over there. Dave, you won pretty easily there. Darnold, Cooper got you 0 points. You still ended up winning. Thankfully, Sean traded you 2 players, Fournette and Ingram, that actually showed up and did something for you because Elliott 14.6, Crowder 2.8, Cooper 0.
I don't need points from everybody.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Dom.
I'm telling you, man, Dom, you can't expect to win. I mean, Jones got him 14 points. McKissick 3 points. You can't expect to win with McKissick in your second running back. And
he's got Cook coming back. So I mean,
who?
Dalvin Cook.
Never heard of him. No, I get it. Okay, Cooks puts up 20 points. He still doesn't quite get there. Cooks puts up 25 points and he still doesn't get there.
No, I know.
So,
dude, yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I like Metcalf, but I think Metcalf is going to suffer with getting what's-his-face added onto that team, the one from the Patriots.
Josh Gordon.
Yeah, I think that could hurt him.
Hey, so that's last week's matchups. Laura, guest topic. What do you got?
Well, in the spirit of Thanksgiving being this week, I figured we could do a quick kind of, we're all going to be focusing on, what we're thankful for in our lives. And I figured that let's focus in on our fantasy. Like, what are we most thankful for in terms of fantasy football? So I came up with a couple. Am I just going to do like one? Are we going to go around?
Yeah, do yours and then
so
we'll go.
My first thank you, I'm very, very thankful that as the high expectations that I had for my team, and especially that this one had on my team for this year that did not follow through. I'm just extremely thankful that there's people in the league like Memo and Darren and especially Maddie that just sucks so much worse than me. I don't have to deal with as much of that backlash as they do. So I'm appreciative for those people that are doing worse than me. So thank you to them. So that's the first thing I'm thankful for.
Dave, what are you thankful for?
I am thankful because I missed this when we said who was our like superstar player when it was me, you, and PJ.
Oh, it was
I am
trade, right?
Huh? What's that?
Godwin who you traded, right?
Say that one more time.
It was Godwin who you traded, right?
No. I missed who I was thankful for to having on my team, and that was the New England Patriots for being a top 10 player. No, I didn't bring up my defense. I totally forgot.
You said something about them.
No, I totally missed it.
Something. You didn't go into detail, but I swear you said something about it.
No, I was like, everybody like contributed, but for the first 8 weeks when they played 1 in 10 teams each week, they were putting up 20 points or more, and they were number 8, I think, 10 weeks in or 6 weeks, whatever it was. So I am thankful for the team. I cannot stand. I hate and despise. The only worst thing would be if I had Tom Brady on my team and I had to play him. But the New England Patriots, I'm thankful for them.
So I'm going to do 2, and then we're going to go back to Dave and finish off with Laura.
I have like 3 more. What the hell? I'm just kidding. It's fine.
I'm thankful for Michael Thomas, who's the most consistent wide receiver. He's going to break the wide receiving record because basically my team would probably suck if it wasn't for him. So thank you, Sean, for giving them to me. And then I'm also, this is by far the thing I'm most thankful for, was drafting the shittiest division ever and having both Maddie and Darren in my division so I can coast to the playoffs.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
Dave, you got one more?
I think I am thankful for having to put up with so much bullshit, braggadocious talk from Maddie during the baseball podcast that it came back tenfold and bit him in the ass how bad his fantasy football team was, to be able to have the fodder to be able to actually talk about it. Think about this. Maddie is so fortunate, and he should be thankful that we get to talk about him this every week, because how bad his team is. There's other people, we'll go through a whole podcast, won't even mention them until like the matchup of the week and stuff.
Right.
But I think a phrase has been coined, and I'm thankful for it, that you've been Maddie, or it's a Maddie type of team. He broke the curve on the transaction trend. We had to take him out of the graphs last week. So
well, he didn't believe me when I told him about that. I was trying to explain it. He's like, I don't watch anymore. You guys just shit on me the whole time. I'm like, dude, no, literally, Brad brought up the most amazing stat about you, about how you make more transactions, and everybody else who makes more transactions is, wins a lot,
well, except for
you. And you make the most.
But it's all about luck. He's just unlucky.
We'll have to let him know that most people were thankful for him this year. So hopefully, he'll want to listen again and hear how
maybe he'll watch.
Grateful for him in their lives. So, oh boy.
Yeah, you mentioned him with shitty teams than you.
I did. I'm thankful
him being
for
in my division.
I'm super thankful for him.
Maddie's popular.
Yeah,
What are your others?
My last couple. This is going to be a little dagger to Dave's heart, but Josh Allen. I'm thankful for a quarterback who's the 7th overall in fantasy points right now for quarterbacks, 9th overall for all players.
He finally took out the Patriots, huh?
I'm sorry?
He finally took out the Patriots.
I
always said he was a great player.
He did from the get-go.
That's what I remember from that draft.
In his corner, and he was not. Yeah, right.
He won me some money this year.
Right, there you go. So I'm thankful for Josh Allen. I need to remind myself of that when I'm setting my lineup. And, as much as I like Russell Wilson, Josh Allen's outperforming him. Like, I need to remember that. I have never been more thankful, and I would not have said this at the beginning of the season, for getting rid of that tight end position, because besides that handful of like 5 or 6 tight ends, they all suck. And I am struggling in that position, and I'm very grateful that we're getting rid of that for next year. Not that it'll affect me, because again, this is it for me.
We don't know. We don't know.
Well, we'll see. But no, I'm super frustrated with the tight end position, and so like moving forward, I was tempted to I almost did last week make a joke. I was ready to type in a fake, because they made that announcement that Gronkowski was making a big announcement, and everybody was like, is he coming back? And I was going to make a fake, like, Gronkowski tight end, New England. And I was going to be like, is anybody going to bid on him? Because here's him making a big announcement. And I was going to say at the bottom, like, who thought I was actually going to put a bid on him? I'm so frustrated with my tight ends this year. So I'm very thankful that the league has decided to, and I voted for keeping it for last year. So and those of you who have the top 6 are probably like, what? Stop saying that. But personally, I'm glad we're getting rid of that position, in my opinion.
Well, we know that hurts your husband, because he loves tight ends.
I know he does. He loves a good tight end in life in general. So, and then last but not least, I've been telling him this all year. I don't know, the past couple of years, I felt like I was kind of in a funk with this league, and I've been saying for years it was my last year, and, I kept saying I was going to quit, and then I was sticking with it, and, this year I said it really is my last year, and I've been having more fun this year than I have in a really long time, so I'm just thankful for the resurgence and kind of bringing back my, my appreciation for fantasy football. It's been a fun year, so.
What did that, by the way?
What?
The resurgence.
Probably watching.
I'm not saying your podcast, because it's not your podcast.
Listens to it every week, and she loves it. I'm telling you.
I don't love it. I get annoyed when you guys are like, is Laura listening? I don't think she heard what we're saying. Yes, I'm listening. I hear everything you guys are saying, so screw you both. No.
Not me. I know you're listening. I would listen to me too.
No, there's been a couple of I don't know if Laura's listening, but I'm going to go ahead and bash Josh Allen again. Blah, 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 blah.
No, I know you're listening. I'm fucking bashing him. Oh.
But no, it's been a lot of fun. So I'm very thankful. It's been a really cool ride. You guys didn't, not only say give up on me, but I know you guys are probably annoyed that the girl stuck with it for as long as she did. You probably wanted to boot me a while ago, but I've enjoyed it. I've been having fun, so I'm thankful for this league. So thanks, guys. Aww. Had to get all girly and sappy.
Sounds like you're gonna stay and bedazzle something.
Hey, there's already some on the trophy. Why is that though, Dave? Why is there some bedazzling on that trophy?
Wow.
I was robbed as usual. You, Maddie, I see some.
Cheers.
I don't have a beer anymore. I'll open another one. Cheers. Cheers. There you go. So, anyways.
That'll bring us to matchups for this week.
We're only at that. We're like an hour in right now. Holy crap.
Everybody's gonna be mad.
No, thank God I don't have to listen to it already.
Just so you know, Drunky, we're only about 35 minutes in.
No.
Yes.
We should have did this tomorrow when it's Blackout Wednesday and I got done with the end of my day.
My Blackout Wednesday is seeing Frozen 2 at 10 o'clock in the morning. So there
How
you
many
go.
times?
Okay, so first matchup, we'll do the battle of the best all-time division mates. Maddie versus Darren. So right now,
I'm pulling it up. I got it
Wait,
here.
Maddie versus Darren?
Yeah, Maddie versus.
Right now, Maddie is actually favored to lose. Right now, Darren 90.31 to 86.17 to Maddie. So what do you think, Dave? Who do you think is going to take this one?
I'll go Maddie. He's on a hot streak.
I was literally about to say the same thing.
Well, I just lost to Maddie. Maddie just lost to me. Darren.
That's like a hot streak. Losing to you is not a big deal, and he beat two really good teams before that, so he's on a hot streak.
Well, no, if you really.
He
honestly,
beat Ken, did he?
Yeah,
he did, right? Yeah.
beat Ken.
So
Um,
I'm not betting against Maddie right now. Anything with Maddie's name on it right now, I'm not betting against. So I'm going Maddie for this one.
really.
I'm going Maddie too, yeah.
I shouldn't say the Maddie name because anyways, no, I'm going Maddie. What do you think, babe?
Still can't get it up.
Well,
Did you just say you couldn't get it up?
he did.
You did.
He did.
Okay.
I just wanted to point that out.
You got Car.
Do we really need to go through it that closely?
Yes.
It's Maddie versus Darren. Come on, babe.
Yeah, I'm good. Maddie.
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 Okay.
And for some reason, when I'm pulling up this week's matchups, just so you know, I'm not getting them. I'm not getting them up.
It's just.
Why is that a problem with you two tonight? I don't understand.
Are you
this.
really not getting them up too?
No, I'll go. Did you put them on the Google sheet?
I did,
No.
Dude, I couldn't do a Google sheet in a day.
Yeah, it's weird. So I'm on Yahoo, and when I pull up week 13, I see my matchup with
I'm gonna tell
Scotty.
him you said that. You're Maddie.
My Maddie.
That's adorable.
But then when I go down below, oh wait a minute, hold on, I got this. There we go. I'm good.
Okay. So next matchup, we got Brad versus versus Memo. Battle of the over 6'2" dudes.
He was struggling for names this week, I think.
All Mexicans scare me.
Right now, Brad. I mean, this is a layup for Brad. I don't think Brad's out of the playoffs because he gets to play against Memo, who's just is such like the problem is again we've talked about his running backs. It's just he's struggling. So I don't see any way that Brad loses this matchup.
Well, he doesn't even have Patrick Mahomes in his starting lineup against Oakland right now. So you never know what could happen. And there could be some other nuggets down there.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to go Brad.
I mean, Detroit is up against the Bears, and Trubisky's going to throw like 60 touchdowns. So
Turd Bitsky.
it actually, they have Detroit against Chicago for their defenses. That's kind of cute, adorable. I'm going Brad. Sorry.
Cute and adorable. Turd Bitsky. All right. Yeah, I'm going Brad too. So, Eric, you?
I started off with Brad. So next matchup is PJ versus Dom. Battle of this doesn't matter for seeding. But apparently
Matters
it
to
does.
Dom.
Yeah, it
Dom's got to
does.
win.
I know.
He loses. Well, but there's got a lot to be happening.
Lot that
Lot
has
has
to
to
happen. I
happen
don't
for
think
him, yeah.
Dom's going out. I really don't. Like, lot has to
You
happen.
think everything's going to stay the same then?
No, I just don't see Dom going out.
Well, but Brad's up against Memo. So if Dom wins and Brad stays the same, the only change that could really, really affect everybody, not everybody.
Fuck you and your math, Laura.
Ken and Sean. Anyway,
That's true, I guess.
I don't know.
Right now, PJ's projected to win 120.35 to 110.65. One of the things I think we need to comment on is the Yahoo projections. So when I give these, they change throughout the week.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I don't like right now. I don't think it's even going to be that close. I think PJ's winning this. So you got Wentz, who had a hand injury last week.
But he's playing Miami.
He is, but is Elshon back?
He's a bruised right hand. He's fine.
Okay. I mean, you got Chark versus PJ sitting with Chark versus Tampa, Evans versus Jacksonville. Jackson. I mean, I don't know. Aaron Jones versus
battle
Giants.
So who you
for
picking?
Dom.
I got PJ.
I agree.
You going PJ?
No, I want Dom to win, so I'm going to go Dom.
I actually
PJ's eventually got to start losing, and it's going to happen at the most inopportune time. I've seen that
in my head right now, Dave, because I was about to say the same thing. PJ, I love you, dude, but we got to bring it down a peg or two here. Like,
it's not happening this week.
I do. I think Dom's going to do it this week. I do. I'm Team Dom. I think it's going to be
Dom.
I do. We'll see. PJ hasn't been performing as well. Well, last couple weeks before that, he wasn't super great.
I think he put up 119.
He was at 120, 105 or something. I swear he was. But anyways, I'm going Dom. So.
I mean, he's no Eric with his matchups, but
125 last week. That's not typical. 2 weeks ago, 137. That was pretty good. Week 10, 113. So again, like,
he's vulnerable.
Yeah, he is vulnerable.
If Lamar Jackson goes down with an injury, he's done.
Oh, I agree with that. But
yes.
PJ, you are not vulnerable. You're the favorite. I'm scared of most of you.
I was watching that whole game. I'm like, Lamar Jackson's gonna get fucking. He's somebody's gonna knock his shit out. Could happen.
We'll see.
And one concussion, and he's out for 1 week, and you get bounced out of the playoffs. That would suck.
Well, he won't be out of the playoffs. So
no.
Next
like
week he would. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and Lamar Jackson doesn't play. Like, it could cost you. But hey, man, you ride that fucking train.
Yeah.
Woo, ride that train.
All right. Next matchup, just because I couldn't think of a name for this one. We got Dave versus Scott. Battle of the Andy Dalton lovers.
Okay.
I don't even understand that.
No. Okay.
I know Scott had a man crush on
because he's a redhead.
Yeah. So
he's last place in the division. I'm first place in the division. He's not going to make the playoffs again 2 years in a row, even though he said he's in the playoffs. I'm pretty sure he was out last year, and he'll be out again this year, and it doesn't matter if I lose or not. So I just want the playoff bye. Me.
Okay. I'm going Scotty because I'm rooting for that.
I am going to go with Dave. I think Dave's going to take this one. So. Plus.
Woo!
So
Crowder and Darnold.
I think this is a premium matchup here. We've got Laura versus Ken. Ken is on the bubble. He still hasn't locked up his division yet. Right now,
freaking Yahoo
137.28 to 106.69. This is the biggest we've seen so far.
Well, it's off though, because Laura's projected at 106, and that's not going to happen.
You don't think I'm going to get 106 points?
That's a lot of points.
Well, since I have 2 off weeks, I'm hoping this week he comes back with a vengeance.
Her only hope, I'm looking at this, her only hope right now is Tyreek Hill
He better
against
come back.
Oakland.
That killed me last week or 2 weeks ago against you. That was the one he needs to perform. Because 2 weeks ago, losing by 10 points, Tyreek Hill goose egg, like that killed me.
So Tyreek Hill versus Oakland.
You better put
Le'Veon
Josh
Bell versus
Allen in before
Cincinnati.
Thanksgiving.
And then if you get Jeffrey for Miami.
What does it say about Jeffrey right now?
Jeffrey's, I know right now he's, like, they're actually predicting him to win, or to play this week.
Yeah, so we'll see.
So one of the reasons why he's so high is McCaffrey's playing against Washington. That's going to be tough. Like, they have him at 27 points, and I think that's even low for that. You know?
And hey, we'll see if Barkley actually puts up.
They got Saquon at
17,
17, and I don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. That might not happen.
Even they're against Green Bay, so yeah, no, I don't think that's going to happen. We'll see.
Jamal Williams against Tennessee.
Cup versus
I'm going Laura.
Arizona.
Going Laura.
Arizona? Who's Arizona?
Arizona.
Who are you picking? Just pick.
Laura.
You're picking me?
Yep.
Thanks. Who are you picking?
Ken.
Why are you saying it like that? Like, I don't care if you're picking
Oh, by the way, the battle for this one, the name of the battle was Battle of the Teams That Niz Loves.
Yeah. A little weird how much you love my team. I am going to. I gotta pick myself. I mean,
Never pick against yourself unless.
I want to see me shake a little bit up in the division.
Shake a little thing. Shake it up.
Take it up a little bit. Well, I don't.
Get a little Asian sauce
and
on
I know
it.
at the beginning of the season, you're going off of people's histories and when you're drafting your division. But I don't know what was going through Sean's head with me and Ken. This division's been so ridiculous. Like, just I don't know. I'm going me. I think I'm gonna take him out of the playoffs. But that means Sean's got to win too, though, which is the next matchup we're about to talk about.
Niz versus Sean, battle of the biggest to lose. I don't want to lose that bye. He's on the bubble right there. He needs a win. So this is, to me, even if I wasn't watching it, or even if I wasn't part of this, the outside looking in type of deal, I would think this is the biggest division or biggest matchup.
It is.
Right now, I'm projected to win 109.45 versus 101.78. Here's what I got to say. I've looked. Basically, I need this bye so bad because my matchups next week are so bad that I think anybody, even teams out of the playoff, Maddie would beat me next week. That's how bad.
Maddie's already beaten you, hasn't he?
No, I'm 4-0.
Oh, surprised. I'm surprised on that.
My matchups next week are so bad that, and they're so good this week that if I don't win this week, then I just can't.
You don't want to think about it.
Yeah. Well, no,
I don't know. He's definitely got a chance. I mean,
so
I think I might start Jordan Howard over somebody though. Jordan Howard against Miami on the bench if he starts.
Well, but he's been injured. He hasn't played the last 2 weeks.
He's day-to-day now.
We'll see.
It's a shoulder injury. God damn it. Why do you get so lucky? God.
My heart, I want you to have the bye because
no, you don't. Fuck
I
it.
do. Are you going to split the winnings with me when you win everything, Dave? Because
fuck it, I'll split them with you, and then I'll buy a belt for the league. I'm good with that.
But I really want to see everything get jacked in my division. I want to see at the very last second, Sean sold off and was like, "I'm done. Here, Dave, let's do this." I want to see him come in and just take Ken's position. I really do. So yep. I'm super torn. I do think you're gonna win. I do, but I really would love to see that huge shakeup. So I do think you're gonna win. But.
Yeah, he's got Howard on his bench, but I've got Sanders in my starting lineup, who is not injured, who is the starting running back right now. They only got him predicted at 8.78. If he doesn't get over 10, I'd be just blown. My mind would be blown.
Yeah.
They only got Mostert at 4.6. Yes, they're playing Baltimore, who's been a lot better on defense, but Mostert's been really good when Burrito's out.
We'll see. So you're picking yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You're picking.
I don't like the matchups, but I don't care about my record overall when we look back and see what I picked. Go, Sean! Go, my team.
We're tallying this next week, by the way.
I'm not even going to. I'm pretty busy next week. I'm telling you that right now.
Eric will make sure it's tallied, I'm sure, though.
All right. It doesn't matter because I didn't pick with what I wanted. I picked with my heart. One of us has a heart.
Well, I'm picking Eric, but I really would love to see things totally just
Sean. Team two.
So we'll see. So, all right.
That wraps up our matchup. So, hey, Laura, any last words for your first podcast?
This is my
season?
very first podcast I've ever done. So, no, it's been awesome. I hope you guys look at my bedazzled football trophy and always think about the girl that beat you all at least once and hosted 2 pretty kick-ass drafts within a 5-year time frame. I just hope I'm not the chump, for my last year. And I will be your auctioneer anytime. So hopefully you'll have me back to do that at least. And it's been awesome. So thanks, guys.
Dave?
Get that in writing, auctioneer anytime. So
sure.
That's good. No.
I'm in. Whatever. If it's just like a random Tuesday that you want to auction off something awkward and random, sure. I'm in.
It's never a Tuesday. Always a weekend. Trust me. I'm good. Yeah. Here's to me getting the bye. Let's hope Eric chokes. I'm sorry. I want you to choke. You better choke.
Something about you saying choke and bye in the same sentence, really, yeah.
I feel super awkward in this conversation.
Dave,
so
glad we did this.
Bad on all of us.
No, seriously. It's been fun ride with you. We're going to do
Why
the playoffs.
are we talking like this is your last podcast?
It's not, but it's been a fun ride. I'm glad we did it this year. I honestly believe that a lot of what Laura is talking about is, like, I had more fun with baseball. I was the same way with baseball last couple of years where it's just – it got dry after some point, and I started watching Maddie and Dom. Thank you again. Like they went out there and did that, and Laura used to like, why are you watching them talk about the like? It's fun. It really does. So it's fun to have the highlight. I'm glad you did this with me, Dave. But yeah,
is this our last podcast?
That's what I just said. Like, this is not. Why are you talking like this is it? This is not it.
So. Thanks. This has been Bald Guys Talking Football.
See ya.
Bye.